Are live. Dude, thank you so much for watching this video and attending the live streams too. But what's our big question here? The guide to not losing money, it's an easy and hard pill to swallow. It's that you don't understand the strategy or the strategy that you're trying to master enough. So how do you practice? How do you get so good at this? You need to find a model, and the model is a strategy. It's an edge in the market. I don't know if you've heard me say this before, but a chicken can get funded. If a chicken can get funded, that should tell you one thing and one thing only. This is a game of probabilities. So anybody can win. Any animal can come and trade on the market and get payouts. You can too. This is a game of probabilities. So it might be really hard for you to accept that your model that you have tried to create doesn't work. Let's take a step back and look at the situation. How dumb does it sound that you are trying to create a model and trying to make it work and trying to trade your supposed model with your random indicators? It doesn't make sense. And excuse my language here when I say this, but it sounds absolutely retarded. Like, what are you doing? You need to take a step back. You need to find a model that you can focus on. You need to find a mentor that you can focus on. And this mentor needs to focus on one model and nothing else. They can teach you and help you master this model. But then you become a beast because you have back tested, you have been told how to do this more correctly. And then guess what? Following all these rules, you have a mindset shift because you have someone to teach you. You're profitable. You're trying to trade with $30 and trying to buy these accounts, and it's just so stupid. Like, what are you doing? You have a gambling addiction. Take a step back, look at yourself, and how can I improve and how can I do this better? By finding a mentor. And like I said, it does not need to be me. You just need to find somebody who can teach you how to trade. This is how we save money. This is how we stop from blowing accounts, the boom and bust cycle. You need someone to help you figure this out because you're not going to figure this out by using random indicators, making your own quote unquote strategy, booming and busting. It is not going to happen. You'll never get where you want to be unless you keep doing this for 9 or 10 years and you finally find a model, or cut all the nonsense out, go get a mentor and get this over with. Your life can change as soon as you take a step back and assess and realize what needs to be done. And any sane adult can do that. People with gambling addictions cannot do that. And that's mostly everybody. Those people who are so stuck on P&L and worried about money so much constantly, think about, like, they're really going to get far. They're not going to take a step back. Okay, there was my answer to the beginning of like the title. I like to answer the title in the beginning so people who do rewatch the live streams, they can see they get some value still in the beginning. I'm gonna eat my sandwich right now, but let me just warn you, if you do skip through the live stream, there is something that I do to be sure that you. So let me get a second. Let me just get situated here, and I'll tell you right now. Okay, I got it set up. So I'll pull my journal out here. When I do find a trade, I'll explain why I took the trade, why I skipped the trade. I'll even talk about, like, oh, I see the trade forming. Like, I talk about everything. But finally, you'll see me pull this out. You'll see me journal the trade. And that's, if you are skipping through the live stream, that's when you know when to watch. But okay, I'm going to continue eating my sandwich. If you have any questions, if you want to play a video or if you want to play any music, let me know. Um, but I'm going to smack on the sandwich real quick. And when I'm done, I'll get to yapping on the stream. So let's play some music for me. I like to listen to classical stuff. It's very soft music. I made it a habit to always listen to classical stuff. So um, it just helps me, like, quote unquote lock in. Let's extend the zone real quick. We're respecting it. Here it is. Okay, let me see something real quick. This is, I wanted to take this trade earlier actually. Let's get these zones drawn out real fast. Okay. And then let me get rid of the, now leave it. Okay. I'm only looking for bullish plays right now. So if I see anything bullish, I'll take it. Sometimes I'll take plays that get formed before 12:30. I like this one a lot. A little bit of uncertainty here with this one because of the 15-minute zone below, but it seems like we've came down and failed a lot of orders below, so am interested in it. So let's see if we do come back down. I might take this play, but let's just be patient, sit on our hands. And I'm going to eat the sandwich, so I'm going to mute myself. But if you have any questions at all, if anything you don't understand, anything you want to know, just ask and I'll happily answer. And if I see a play or something, I'll put my mic back on and I'll talk about it. So let's get this situated here. Okay. near the end of the morning session, I found no plays, but I found something that I was trying to take, but price just wasn't coming to the zone that I wanted to take. There was like another trade that I saw. I was like super hesitant about it. I kept saying yes, I kept saying no, and then after I said yes, price came, failed 40%, which mitigated the zone, meaning I can't trade it no more. So I had to pass on it. I found nothing, and right now we're trading a prop account. It's not real money; it's fake money. If you pass this challenge and make X amount of money, I then get a funded account. I'm trying to get to 60, 70 accounts passed. I'm getting there. Right now, this is a Tradeify account, and then after I have two more Apex accounts I'm going to work on. But for this Tradeify one, I only need about $800, $900 to pass, and it's hopefully it's today. We find the setup today to take it or to pass the prop firm challenge. Um, but yeah, that's what's going on right now. So we're just looking for a setup. You want to pass the account, and then if we do pass today, tomorrow we'll be on a new account and it'll be on the Apex ones. I've always done this with 50K accounts. I'm gonna start doing it with the 25K accounts on Apex. I had Apex accounts. I was being dismissive for a while, and I switched over and I stopped just using them. Um, but I'm gonna come back to Apex so I can put everything on the copier and whatnot. So right now we're literally just sitting around waiting, waiting, waiting until we get our A plus plus, and hopefully it's enough to help us pass. We're not gonna force anything here. We're just gonna wait. I was thinking what I wanted to do. Cause like I've never really done it properly before. We're having two brokers open and then trying to trade my personal copier and the funded accounts. I kind of like I'm I don't know. I kind of want to copy trade multiple challenges at one time to pass them all one time. I've never fully done that. Always just focused on one at a time because I play the game of probabilities, and I can end up losing all of them all. But if we're being realistic, my performance, I perform so well, and I perform at such a high level. I think that I can get away with just copy trading multiple challenge accounts. I guess we'll see what happens, but that sounds like the plan so far. And I like trading the personal and the props separately. I don't like trying to trade them at the same time because it's unnecessary stress, especially since I have ADHD. So I'm thinking of like just connecting the when I do trade my funded or like my personal accounts, I still copy trade the challenges, but I'm afraid that like it's gonna mess with drawdown and whatnot. So like I'm not fully sure yet. There's a lot of ideas. So we're just gonna pass this one, pass the Apex, and then from there we'll make a decision if we want to combine everything together or just try to pass multiple challenges at one time. I had a friend, he was passing five at a time because he tried doing 20 and he blew all 20. So he did five and then he did five, and it worked out for him. I just been focusing on one at a time. So I might do five or 10. I'm not sure yet. I have a track record and it's like very obvious. I know how to perform and I know what exactly what I'm doing. So it would make sense for me to just copy trade a bunch of them at the same time, like just to pass them. But I don't know. We'll see. I can be pretty indecisive, but normally when I stick with something, I stick with it. And I'm more than likely just gonna do what I just said about copying 10 of them at the same time. Given the data that I am looking at, let me check something real quick. Yeah, given the data that I am looking at, I don't think we're gonna get a play. We might. I started falling asleep on this morning session, like near the end. I was just so tired. No. and like we're just watching paint dry 'cause something was going on. Like every minute just felt so dreadful. Um, I don't think we're gonna get a lot of volume. What I can say though, there is a 15-minute zone below that already got mitigated. So if we do dump, I expect us to keep going down. I don't expect us to keep going up. We have initial balance. It's just the first hour high and low in this area right here. So if we might reject it and keep going down, because I don't think we're gonna keep going up. But we'll see. If we do keep going up, I want all this to break. Then I'll look for bullish plays. But right now, I'm pretty sure we're gonna stick to being bearish. We're gonna switch right now, and also looking for bearish plays, and that's it. The only bullish play I see is this one below that I'm very unsure about. I would want another nice reaction like this later, but I don't know. I don't really like taking zones that we've gone too far away from or that took too long to fill. So we'll see. Depending how we react later, I might take it. I just don't see anything else bullish. If we end up dumping from this area that we're at now, I will start to look for bearish plays. To the ones that are watching, if whatever I'm doing right now confuses you, or if you don't fully understand something, I can explain it to you. In simple terms, we are just looking for this pattern that happens. I call it NNT. It's so simple. There is these other traders called, there's a gentleman named Dave FX. He teaches this concept, but it's a lot different. I've niched it down a lot, and I've just made it really easy for us to focus and watch this. You can go learn from Dave FX. His way of teaching is, no offense, but it's really, really bad. He's yelling and ranting most of the time, and it's really hard to learn from him. His model also is not how mine is. It's a lot different. But mine follows the same concept as he teaches. Um, I just made it a lot more simpler. So all I'm doing is just looking for this pattern, and this pattern happens in all time frames and all markets. And so I use the higher time frames, and I look for these patterns to help me determine direction. I create zones using this pattern that I'm looking for. These little boxes that are on the screen. I look for this pattern and I make the box. Let me show you like this. Say I always make the box with the zone. And I'm able to determine direction only using this pattern and nothing else. So I use no indicators. I'm not looking at nothing else. I'm not looking at order. I'm looking at nothing. All I'm looking at for is just this pattern and how we respect the square or the zone. And that's how I make money. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm just betting if we're going up or down. So like this is for down, a pattern for up looks like this. It's the same way, it's just flipped. It's just upside down. So if I want to bet up, I flip the pattern. If I want to bet down, I flip the pattern. And I gauge direction using this pattern, and I've gotten really, really good at it. So I know if we're going up or down. And like I want to say like more than half the time, I can predict what's going to happen next. And because price is so predictable, the candles are predictable. So I can predict what's going to happen next. I know what direction we're going, so I can decide if I want to bet up, we're going up, or bet we're going down. So I find the perfect model, the perfect pattern. I understand direction, then I take the gamble in that direction, and that's how I keep winning and I stay winning. I see a play right here. It's a little ugly. It's this pattern right here on the right. It's happening right here. I can go over it if you want me to. Just ask and I will, but I won't right now. But if you want me to, I will. Okay, let's make this my main real quick. I do like this. I'm more than likely going to take this right now. It seems like we're switching to bullish now. In worst case scenario, we lose $500. Who cares? This might be a higher RR play. I'm more than confident. Higher RR means that we would just move our take profit to a higher spot. Okay, let's get rid of this here. I need a bit more of a push up. I might take my order off right now. Let's see here. Okay, I like how the 1 minute candle looks actually. I like how it looks a lot. I like it a lot actually. Ooh, it's very attractive. It's risky. I'll say that. I think I'll take the gamble. Where is like $800? What's it gonna be like right here? So I only need like 840 to pass. How much I need? I forgot. Yeah, like 850. Okay. It's if we come back down. I'm liking this play a lot. If we can't break above this orange line, I'll move my take profit back to 1-to-1 and not for higher RR. Let's do that right now actually because I don't think we're gonna bust. I really hope we do though. That'd be badass if we did. There's this big zone up here that's like really really pretty, and it's respecting it a lot. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna come back. We're gonna come up to here and fill it out. This is 50% of that big zone. Nice. Okay, I'm going for higher RR. I like this a lot. Well, you know what? Let me not be impatient. Let's wait for that 1 minute body close above it. Then I'll go for higher RR. The higher RR is lower probability also, so let me just be patient. We technically still haven't got a full body close over this orange line. So it's kind of what we're just waiting for. We should get it soon. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I like this. I think I'm gonna go for higher RR in a second. See what happens in this 1 minute. Okay. You got me sold. You got me sold. I like what you're putting down. You got 30 seconds. Sometimes the last few seconds of that 1 minute candle will dump. We won't get that body close over the orange line. If that does happen, I won't go for higher RR. But if I get that 1 minute body close, I'll put my take profit at like $800 or $900. Yeah, yeah. We're getting what we want. It's pretty badass. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we should dump soon. So let me do like 925. That should be enough. Come on, come on. If we take a loss, we're always ready for it. It is what it is. Mm-mm-mm. If we break out the zone and keep going up, I'm gonna take my order off and I'm gonna move on because the zone is too small and I don't want to get too far away. So if we break up here, I'm taking my order off. I might take my order off also if we swim for too long, because then we might just dump really, really hard from this zone, which I'm assuming we're going to do. But if it's too hard, it's too fast, I'm just going to rip my order off. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen, though. It seems like we still want to push up. Yep. I'm glad I didn't take this trade because then my stop loss would have got hit. But I don't like taking zones that are built like way before. And this is way before. Okay, so I said if we did that, we're going to move on. That sucks. Just want to pass this damn challenge already. Do I say anything else? Nope. Nope. Let's make this red. Let's get rid of this here. Let's make this green. Okay, let's see. Oh, what about this up here? Nope. Okay. How's the stream going? I just saw this. Just to recap, we've gotten nothing. We're just watching paint dry. No moves have happened. This morning, we just passed on everything. But we're about to pass this prop challenge right now. We only need about 800 bucks, $900. And then we'll be funded. The plan is to switch to Apex. So I have 2 accounts there that I want to pass. I haven't touched that all yet. And that's it. I haven't seen any setups though. Price action has been pretty bad. I jinxed it earlier this morning because everything's looked good. And I was like, oh, price action is pretty good. And since I said that, price started moving sideways and everything just was just ass. It is still January, so price action is going to be bad, but hopefully it gets better throughout the year. And it more than likely will get better. It's just pretty bad in December and January. Sometimes it'll still be bad until the beginning of February, but we'll be okay. Especially if you're focusing on this model, or if you're just focusing on an A+ setup. If you can determine direction in a bad market, you'll be fine. Like you'll win more than half the time if you can already determine direction. Let's go. This purple line that you see on my screens, that is for news. So there's news around that time. But the news is very light. It's weak. So it's more likely not going to affect us at all. I'm sorry, Amenti sent me his journal, but let me tell him real quick. He needs to submit the pictures so I can zoom in on them. Hold on. Just want to make sure this Menti's okay. Give me a second. Let me tell him. And y'all can do it with me. If you can, try to submit the picture of the trades so I can zoom in on them. I can't read the text. Okay. Yeah, because I can't read what he's trying to write and put there. Okay. Just want to make sure he's good to go. I generally do care about his success. Okay, let's see here. Nothing, 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 nothing. Nothing. Oh, here's this, but no proper sweep. Let's get rid of this now. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there's another zone here. We're respecting it. We'll do this one also. Why not? I'm only putting these red zones up here because I truly don't think we're going to continue going up. Hopefully I'm wrong. But if I find a bullish play on the way up, I'll still take it. Or just have them up just for me. So I can understand if we do dump, where we dumped at. Let me go grab a water real quick. Oh, I see one right there. Let me grab it. Okay. We're rejecting the red area a bit. Pretty cool. I have to go on a walk after the stream with a 80-year-old woman. And I think she has dementia. Like I told her like yesterday, 3 separate times that we're gonna go for a walk tomorrow, and she forgot every single time. It's so sweet, but it's funny. And you know what she told me? She said yesterday too that I don't know what her words were exactly, but she basically said stress. She was like, no stress. She just wants to chill. And I can't imagine having stress at an old age, but I also can't imagine having stress nowadays today. Uh, I've been really big on like being content and like my space and whatnot, but I never like took action to make that change. And real recently, I started showing up for myself. I got the haircut. I got back in the gym, and then very very soon I'm gonna fix my diet. Right now I'm eating Chick-fil-A, which and I'm drinking soda. I rarely drink soda, but I only drink soda when I get fast food. So like I need to stop fast food. I plan on dropping it soon. But like I'm just showing up for myself a lot more, and that itself has already getting rid of all the stress. And also I've heard from Alex Hermosi, he said something along the lines like, "You have stress on things you just haven't taken action on. So when you start showing up for yourself more, you are taking action. Like you're doing more. So if you are in a stressful environment right now, or you have a lot of stress in your mind, you're giving it power. So like, what can you do to get rid of it? What can you do to take a step back? And even my little brother, I spoke to him recently, and he's saying he's just having a bit of issues uh, mentally. And I told him it's excuse my language here, but it's because that damn phone. He is so consumed on like dopamine addictions and social media, instant gratification. He plays the game all day too. Uh, I told him like you just need a dopamine detox, and it's gonna be insanely hard for him because he's conditioned himself to these habits that are addictions. And he's so young; he's only 17. So like, how I can't imagine. And no, he has no one to hold him accountable either. So like, I can't imagine um, like how hard it would be for him if he did nothing today, and in 5 years he stayed the same person he was. There are people every day that you see in that position. They're just so consumed on their phone or social media. They're consumed on the internet and like not with themselves and not trying to fix themselves. Like that's the last thing I want is that going to his adulthood. And a lot of people are living like that. And I hope if you're listening or if you're watching this, you are not that type of person and you want to do more and you want to do better. If you're trying to succeed in trading and you are that type of person, you will never get there until you start showing up for yourself. I need to be more of a leading example for what I speak. So I think I want to start doing like vlogs and stuff. Maybe just like I have another iPhone, so like I can just do it off the iPhone. I have a nice camera, but it doesn't have the mic on there is just ass, and I can record like as a phone with the mic and the camera. But in editing, it's too much, and I think I'm just gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record off an iPhone and just do more of like the personal stuff on my videos, and then to the trading and the backtesting, obviously, and all the free knowledge. Um, but like it's to show that example like of I'm doing what I'm speaking. I see nothing right now. I'm looking for bullish plays. Nothing at all. The play that I have marked out right here that is green, the sweep is not proper, so I can't take it. But I'm pretty confident that this green zone will deliver. But I'm not going to risk it because the sweep isn't proper. And I want my A plus setups only. It would be dumb for me to look for any bearish plays, any plays to the downside, because we're moving up so much. Come on, brother. I don't think we're gonna dump anytime soon. Looking at the 15-minute time frame, it seems like we're gonna keep going up, but we are sitting around the zone. We'll see. We still have about 3 minutes or 2 minutes on this 15-minute candle. So however it closes will give me a tell of what's gonna happen next. Come on, come on, come on. Something, hopefully something is formed. I just want to take a trade already. It really sucks. There'll be like 3 days where I take nothing. I'm just like shaking and itching for something. But it's just a bad month to trade. Throughout the year, you'll see me like get my 3 trades out in the morning session. Uh, like rarely, I might not show up for the evening near throughout the year, but we'll see. I might even increase the limit of trades I take. I'm not sure yet. Just all I know right now, everything I'm doing is working. So let's not adjust it. I think I'll always forever stop at 2 losses though. And if you watch any podcasts or talk to any traders, they'll say the same thing. Just stop after 2 losses. I was like, even if you try to justify that third trade after the second loss, and it was a win, and the win was so big that it paid for your entire family's all their houses and everything, the trade still wouldn't be worth it because you're feeding bad habits. So you need to stop after 2 losses because every time you slip your rules or try to get away with something, you're you're telling yourself it's okay to not listen to myself. You're like telling yourself that you don't respect yourself because you're literally feeding bad habits. And the only way we succeed is sticking to good habits. I see a bearish play forming. Some good motivation. Yeah, that's true. There's so many people addicted to all this dopamine. It's annoying me. And I see people that can't stand 5 minutes with no TikTok scrolling or listening to music. That's so funny. Some good motivation. I love the your name, uh, dude. Yes, it's like our entire generation now. Uh, I love listening to Alex Hormozy. He stated that in this generation is the easiest generation to win now because everybody else is so weak nowadays. I have some people who joined my mentorship, and I have a course, and the course is so short. It's like a total of an hour and a half, like not even a full hour. And it's so good, and people are struggling to get it done, and I'm pretty sure they're wasting their time indulging in all these other activities, except working on themselves. Uh, and like it's ridiculous to me. Like, why can't you just get the course over with? Like, why are you still talking to me and trying to entertain me? Like, get it done. But like they just can't. They just can't do it. And like they'll tell me like they watch a little bit of it and they step away. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what else are you gonna go do? But it's just that instant gratification, that dopamine addiction. They're just so swarmed up in themselves. Okay, I like this setup. I'm not gonna take it because the sweep isn't proper. I am FOMOing into it, like I want to take it, but I won't. But I'm pretty sure it's going to deliver. We'll see. Some good motivation. I love that. Since you understand what I'm putting down, if you understand what I'm saying and you are just like how I am, like how I'm speaking, you will succeed in trading because you understand the game, you understand the rules. All you know, it just takes patience. If you meditated also for like 3 minutes a day for like 30 days, you come out a different person. Like you won't be so addicted to dopamine and stuff if you're still struggling with those things. But to show up and be profitable and make all this money and be so rich, it takes little to nothing, like absolute little to nothing. Because people they just have that strong hurdle of they just can't be uncomfortable for longer than 2 minutes. So this, as soon as you become uncomfortable, everything else will open up for you. Okay. Come on, brother, give me something. I see a bearish play, but it would just be so dumb of me to try taking it. I'll mark it out for y'all. It's right here. See the sweep right here? Swing high, swing low, price comes out, taps the zone. Break structure. I'm pretty sure it failed 40% right here. I can check it right now. Main? Nah, it did not. It just tapped it. I'm not going to take it. I'll leave it marked out for direction. I really like to watch your streams. I'm here like for a few days now. I like how you keep discipline and take only A+ setups. What's so cool? Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. What's so cool, like what's so fascinating that I do, is that when the people who join the mentorship, I teach them the model in a mechanical way. So everything that they're doing is fully mechanical. So we get rid of that intuition and we only focus on the pattern. And I can show you right now the pattern that we're looking for. It constantly happens all the time. It just happens in the wrong ways or different ways. So like here it is right here. This is to the downside. So we're just looking for this pattern. We get the swing high, the swing low. I have a bunch of videos on this. The Waymaker zone. Oh, this tap was way too deep. But typically you want the tap on the zone and taking off. But the pattern still happened. It just happened the wrong way. So I'll mark it out and I'll use that for direction. So I just keep doing this again and again and again until I find the perfect pattern, the perfect A+ setup, then I'll gamble on it. And so like what I'm teaching these mentees is that they get that whole mindset shift. They switch from thinking of fast money and instant gratification. They switch to only looking for that A+ model. I critique all their trades. And that's it. Like it's just so easy. It's so awesome. And it's like so cool to see a complete mindset shift change from somebody who starts and then like in 15 days. They're literally killing it. And it's so cool. And I just love how you stated it. It's a lot I know like you watch a lot of videos and a lot of people struggle with discipline and all this other stuff. The truth is that they never took a step back to master one model. They never backtested it enough. They never got anybody to tell them how to do it correctly. So they failed. Facts. When I break my rules, it fails. Discipline is so important, and having the discipline to know that every day doesn't have to be trading day. Yeah, dude. Oh, I love how y'all talking because I've never seen y'all before, and y'all say something. I love it. Elo Hero. I hope you have backtested enough on your model. You're not jumping from model to model, and you found somebody to help you critique the model that you're working on. So like telling you how to do it more correctly. If you can gauge direction, and then trade your model with direction, you'll always find your great setups. I have a lot of things. I don't know if y'all have seen me do it, but I have these things that make me invalidate my setups. So I'll wait for it. I'll do all these things for it. And then we get really close and one thing happens, I take my order off and I move on. And to show you proof, I can show you right now, actually, hold on. Why this works. I'll tell you right now. Give me a second. I'm going to pull it up for you. So what I'm doing here is that I'm just looking for my one model and I'm just being very selective and just doing what I need to do, and I'm risking the most amount of size I can per trade just to quickly pass this account because I know what I'm doing. So as you can see on my stats, All these days I skipped. I took no trades. I just sat there, and I have so many reasons not to take this. And the worst months to trade too is January and December. So like this day, I made some. I lost a grand, but I made it all back at break even. I'm just following my rules. I'm just doing my A plus setup. And let me show you December too. It's 24. I had like one day where I lost almost 1,000, but I made half of it back. I'm just following rules. That's all I'm doing. Oh, this was like just messing around right here. But technically, in 5 days, I'm gonna pass this prop firm challenge in 6 trading days. Let me see if I can show that to you. Hold up. Yes, in yeah, 6 trading days. And all I've done is just follow my rules, look for my perfect setup, and set on my hands. I just invalidate plays. Cause like, what's the point of having to constantly boom and bust and take all these stupid losses for no reason? We're just sitting here and being patient. And I love the model that I teach. I love it. I absolutely love it because we don't use any indicators. We're only just looking for this pattern. It's so sexy. And I've said it before. I don't know if you heard me say it already. Um, we are watching people trade. Like people are pressing buy and sell here, and people are predictable. People are so predictable, and which makes these candles predictable. So if you show up enough, all this price action and whatever happens is so predictable because it just does the same things again and again. Like what I do with the mentees. I always say try to trade the same times I trade. I also have London time for them if they can't trade my times, which is like at 3 or 4 to 5 or 4 to 6 a.m. Central Time. But for these windows right here for the New York session, I tell them to backtest the same times that I trade. So then they are only backtesting these windows of time where they get really good at these windows of time. So they say this, they see this, they see the same things happen in these windows of time. So like I've noticed, like I'll see a mentee comment on the live stream and be like, "Oh, I had that zone marked out before you even did," or whatever. It's like it's so cool that they learn so fast, they can gauge direction, and like they know what they're doing so quickly. Because I just the model is so simple. It's so cool. I hope Elo you have a model that you got from somebody and you're not trying to use random indicators and trying to figure out a model yourself, because you more than likely might continue to struggle a lot longer than you need to be. I used to have like 8 monitors and using Bookmap and DOM and order flow and all this other nonsense. Um, and then when I cut down to this, like zero indicators and like literally just using drawings on a chart, like everything, absolutely everything changed because I made it so simple. And then after I systemized it, like I just blew up. But I think the whole time what it was I have ADHD, so it made everything harder than it needed to be. Like having ADHD, I shouldn't even be profitable. It just doesn't make sense. So systemizing it all really helped me. And then repetition. So like showing up to play basketball, showing up for the tournament to play basketball, and then showing up like early, just related to trading, just the same thing, just showing up, practice, 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 and you get so good. Also, too, if you look up like any interviews with star athletes or anybody just who does really well, it's just repetition. That's all it is. And grit. Grit's pretty hard. I'll admit that. It's pretty tough. Like trying to grit is basically just like the ultimate delayed gratification. If you struggle to go to the gym and kind of take a step back and you're struggling because you can't accept delayed gratification, sometimes means that you don't have purpose, and you can't have discipline if you don't have purpose. I have a little exercise. If you are in the mentorship and the course that I offer for free with it, there is a little exercise to help you with purpose and like your behaviors and whatnot. If you're not in it, I would just do some research and some videos of how you can find your purpose and then like really dive into yourself, finding out like what you want out of life, what you want with yourself. Because like let's be real, like there's no point of living. We're just floating around doing nothing, lust everywhere. Like take a step back and focus what you want, like what you want to do. Thanks for showing that. It shows that you can pass your account with very few trades. I really love your mindset. I think that sitting here will be my daily routine. That is so awesome. I hope you get into the mentorship. I love to actually make you profitable. I can show you too if you want to see. Um, Basically, what we would do is you'd come in, you would learn and master the strategy. I do that by making you take my course. It's very short. You would watch the course one time. Hopefully, listen to me when I say this. You watch the course one time. Then the second time when you watch it, you take your notes. I make you back test, preferably 3 a day, if not at least 3 a week, a minimum. You can take as long as you want though, because the mentorship is lifetime. So as soon as you get in, you're in for life. It's only like 250. It's dirt cheap right now. Uh, so I get you in there. You start submitting back tests. If you traded before, then you'll catch on really fast. If you've never traded before, it'd be a little bit longer, but you'll catch on pretty quickly too. I had a trader who never ever traded before, and in 30 days, he made his first trade on his prep account, which was like $600, which is really cool. So you're gonna master the strategy first. After I approve and see your stats show that you have mastered the strategy, which I'm telling you, it's not that hard at all because it's just repetition in the pattern. And if you're submitting 3 backtests a day, of course you're gonna perform well. I then will say, hey, we're gonna switch to a prop firm. And you have two options. When we go to the prop firm, I'm gonna recommend that we do full size on each trade, so it's the max amount of size that we can use. Um, or if you want to, we can do the slow way, and you're just risking about $200 to $300 per trade. Um, and then after you pass, you can trade your funded if you want to, but I just recommend to at least keep going and passing more accounts. Because after about 5 accounts, that should give you enough money to quit your job. And you have some money saved. You could get your whole salary with 5 accounts. Uh, and then we'll just keep scaling and getting more accounts and growing more. You can also copy trade a personal account with your funded accounts. So you can keep trading your funded accounts with the personal, growing them all, creating a cushion. And I normally recommend saving about 1,500 over the intraday drawdown. If you don't know what drawdown is, let's not worry about it right now. But it's basically saying that you have X amount to lose. If you lose this, you build the account. So we make a cushion over that. Then whatever you make over, you can take money out. And then when you're ready, we're working on the personal accounts. We're growing everything else. We can start to size up. And then let's say you have 30 accounts and you take a trade for $1,000. You have made 30 grand off one trade. It sounds crazy. It sounds a bit unrealistic, but it's so easy. And all you have to do was from the beginning, backtest, master the strategy, understand. I also have a section in the mentorship where we go over behaviors. It took me about 4 months to make. It's really cool. It works. It's really, really cool. You answer these questions and it tells you what behaviors you need to fix. And I only put behaviors related to trading. So it will tell you these are your behaviors that you need to fix. And if you ignore it, if you continue to keep trading, you'll see those issues that we talked about will pop up. So if it's better if you address those issues in the beginning, you take steps to fix those issues, and then you get trading. It was really, really cool. I had a mentee. He did that. I told him, I was like, you haven't done the behavior thing. Do it already. He did it. His weekly wrap up, his issues were related to exactly what the behavior issues were. Like, how cool is that? It's so cool. Um, so yeah, it's just so simple. It's so easy. You just need to stay focused and stay on track and just really understand what you're doing. But it's so cool that I'm actually changing lives. Like it's so fulfilling. And as you can tell, I love helping people. Like I love doing this. So you'll never feel like you're are questioning anything. You never feel like you're lost. It's like I just enjoy doing it. Um, a quick analysis on the charts. We have just been moving sideways. Nothing has happened at all. I kind of see a bearish play. I'm not going to take it though because we're just floating around. Like I said earlier, I was more than confident this zone was going to fill out, and it did just that. I'm confident that we were going to fill this out because we had that 1 minute body close over the orange line. I did say that a lot earlier too. If you were here, if we had that 1 minute body close, we can confirm bullish. We did. So that's why I had so much confluence that this zone was going to work out. We have not busted through, so I'm expecting us to just continue ranging all the way until 130. Hopefully we find a zone. I won't really take a trade until we break above here, but that means we just need a random influx of volatility to come in out of nowhere to help me find a zone. And more likely might not happen, but I'm gonna sit on my hands and maybe, because there's been a time where I was on this live stream and a play happened like 3 minutes before 130, so I'll wait it out. But right now, I'm going to be looking for any bullish plays, nothing bearish. And if it is bullish, it needs to happen very, very soon. Because we still got about 15 minutes. And that's a lot of 5-second candles. also, I hope y'all fully understand that the P&L and all the money, excuse my language here, but it's full bullshit. Like none of it matters. The $2,000 that I made or $1,000 I make, or if I end the day, whatever, it's full bullshit. It's all bullshit. None of the P&L, the profit and loss, does not matter in any way at all. What matters is that I look for my A plus setup, and I can exchange it for a trade on the funded account, for a trade on my personal account, for a prop challenge trade. I can just exchange it for whatever I want because the A plus setup is my money. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Like, who cares? I just follow my rules. So when you see all these big numbers, these other traders do it, the P&L is just bullshit. It doesn't matter. Because like, just think about it. You come into let's pretend you join the mentorship. You come into it, you master the skill, you master the strategy. Why would you care about P&L? You're only going to care about your A plus setup. So I promise you all this money and P&L, it's just all bullshit. My situation is actually pretty funny. I'm 18 years old, still in school. I'm into trading for 2 years to zones, DTRs, etc. Like half a year. In 3 weeks, I will buy my first prop eval. Dude, let me tell you something. Uh, Drop everything you know, join the mentorship, and then don't get a prop eval, and let me teach you. You're gonna waste your time trying to do that. Um, you can go ahead and stick with Diogenes or DTFX. Diogenes does have multiple models, and he isn't the best mentor. And no disrespect. It's more of he's just trying to grow his YouTube more than a community. DTFX, Dave, his teaching is extremely chaotic. If you want to go his route, it's free. You're gonna struggle for a bit, and you will not learn his model quickly. I'm telling you, take advantage of what I have to offer and just join the mentorship. Then I'm gonna put you to backtest so you can actually master before you hop into the eval. Because you're gonna fail the eval, and no disrespect, but I promise you're gonna fail. You're gonna continue failing because you're not gonna have no foundation. You're not gonna know what you're gonna be doing. It's just a hard pill to swallow. Um, and technically, if you wanted to avoid getting into the mentorship, you can just watch all the live streams I have posted. There's a lot of value, and I kind of just spill all the secrets. But I don't know how long it's going to take, and you're going to have nobody to critique you on your trades. So just take advantage of it. And right now, the mentorship is, I literally have it for $250. Like, you know how fucking ridiculous that sounds? It's a waste of my time to charge $250. Like, that just sounds so stupid. Just take advantage of it. Um, my personal goal and like what I'm trying to do with the mentorship is I want to charge 10K or 5K for the mentorship. But right now, I want to build a foundation of real traders and real people. I've spoken of teams before I started all this content stuff. I spoke to a bunch of teams, and like they grow discords and they do all this stuff. And just right out the gate, they just want to do ads and leads and everything. And I just don't want to do that. Like, I want to build a foundation correctly. So I'm going to do everything myself here first. I'm going to get the foundation of real traders and make these people profitable. Then um, I will raise prices and whatnot. But the whole point is that you come in, I make you profitable, and hopefully you stay and you help me grow the community. Yes, I like started with DTFX, but I didn't like it. Then I found Diogenes, but I don't like the fact that he introduces new setups and strategies. I found that zones like yours is everything you need. Dude, yes. Um, the model, I don't know if I already said this already, but the model that I'm trading, we just look for this pattern on higher time frames to determine direction. I use the same pattern that happens in the wrong ways because it can still happen, just not happen perfectly. And I'll make those zones so when we get the 1 minute body close over these zones, we can determine direction. I also trade these windows of time specifically because volatility is the most stable. So there's no need to be trading all these. It's pretty cool because we can skip the first hour open also because the volatility is stable. I have very similar strategy like you, zone sweep tap, but I like additional something like to sweep inside the zone. Oh, that's funny. I invalidate plays that have a sweep inside the zone. Uh, just because like the technical things like orders where they're sitting at and whatnot. Um, but yeah, if you want to be profitable almost immediately, come my way. I got you. But do what you think is best. Course direction, other things. Yeah, of course. My recommendation, just stop what you're doing and find a mentor that you like and it seems like you found one already. Luckily, it was me, and stick with that mentor, stick with that mentor's model, and master that model. And then you backtest it enough. After you master it, you can switch to prop. I was really hoping that we get some strength here to find a setup, but there's nothing. There's like this play. It's too tight and too small. I'm not going to take it. I'm just trading gap up and downs with targets being previous closes. I spent weeks going back in charts and seeing the setup replay over and over again. I do a lot of options trading. ELO, maybe I'm wrong. But typically, a lot of people who trade options are pretty unprofitable. They just get some wins here and there, and they think they're doing well. Uh, if you haven't found your footing yet, ELO, and if you're still struggling, just like I told some good things motivation, like I just told him, I recommend just dropping everything you know and just follow my steps and just hop into the mentorship. If you are profitable and you're looking for a strategy for futures, I have one. Um, but I would drop the options. I would stick to futures and the strategy that you're talking about. If you just believe that that's the way you want to go, backtest it so much, journal a lot of it, go through all your data, and then make the decision to do so. Um, I hate to say it, but typically you won't go far trying to be profitable off a strategy that you created personally, because you're competing against all these people who are so good in the market. But I do like what you're saying about trading gap up and downs, because it makes trading simple and you're not over analyzing too much. But if you are booming and busting still, then we can both agree that you're not profitable and you're still struggling. I think the best way to explain this trading is it's exactly like poker. In poker, you're playing a game of probabilities, and you can have the best hand and still lose. Chicken can get funded. I talk about this a lot. If you go on social media, you can find there's a gentleman who has a chicken that just randomly trades, and the chicken has received payout already, or it's about to receive payout or something like that. But it got funded. This is proof that anybody can be a boom and bust trader. Anybody can make money here. It's the edge that's what matters. So just really focus on what you're doing and really understand what you're doing. I have no problem with spending the 250, but I really want to test myself. If eventually I'll have any issues, then we'll see each other in your mentorship Discord. Yeah, go ahead. You're more than likely going to be running in circles. I'm just telling you to join already, just because you can stop the whole nonsense of not knowing what you're doing and gambling and like fantasy dreaming. Just cut it all off and just get into the mentorship. But do what you think is best. I do appreciate you joining, obviously, and speaking with me. I struggled for almost 6 years, and I ran in circles for almost 6 years. And even having ADHD made it like so much more difficult than it needed to be. Like I've gone through it all. I even have a baby. I've gone through a divorce. Like I just recently went through a divorce. Like I've gone through so much. I'm just telling you, I have everything you need. So you're gonna be wasting time running in circles a bit, but I will be here. If you want to stick to a model that Diogenes has, he does have a lot. I would look to his glitch model. Um, I adjust a lot of the rules with that model. And it's a little bit different than I am. But if you want something cheap and easy, that's just a way to go. But obviously, cheap and easy won't get you far. So my analysis right now, we have done nothing. I saw a bearish play that we're about to fill right now. I won't take it though. It's right here. This is a bearish play that I was looking at. I was somewhat interested in it, but we're moving up so much. So it's to be counter trend. I don't take counter trend plays. And I typically avoid first flips. This is a first flip. Um, but yeah, I see nothing. There's nothing bullish. There's nothing fully bearish. The zone filled out. That's pretty cool. That's my entry, and my take profit got hit. But yeah, I think I might just end the stream. There's really nothing happening here. I doubt we're gonna get any more setups. Mm, price action looks pretty bad. We took no trades today. In the morning, we saw a bunch of plays that I skipped, unfortunately. Uh, like there was one play that I really wanted, and I was fiending for it, and we did the 40% thing that I talk about. This thing right here. it hit the price came in and hit the red line, then hit the blue line, so I had to take my order off, well, which sucks. But we're just being patient. Um, but yeah, I think that's it. We got nothing else going on here. Alrighty, I think we're gonna end the session. If y'all have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you so much for talking to me, Elo Hero, and some good motivation. I love partaking in conversation, and hopefully, if everything I told you went out one ear or the other, that's okay. I just hope that I gave you direction to do one thing, and that is focusing on one model. Um, but alrighty, I'm gonna hop off now. I appreciate y'all so much. I love it when y'all say something, and I hate it when y'all say nothing at all. Uh, but alrighty, yeah, we're hopping off, and hopefully we pass the account tomorrow. I was really hoping we pass today, uh, but it's whatever. But okay then, I will T2IL. Thank y'all so much once again. And if you want to make any YouTube videos on anything you want me, just ask me. I'm literally open to anything. I want to grow this community, um, like for y'all. Like I'm doing this for y'all. Like I want a real trader community. That's just my primary focus right now. So I'm doing just that. If you want to be profitable, come my way, and let your friends know about this if they want to be profitable also. I made things so easy. I've systemized the whole process, and I'm redoing the course right now too, to systemize it for people who've never traded before. So it's gonna be even better. Uh, but okay, get in while I'm still small, and I think that's it. I'm hopping off. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Okay, bye bye.